Hello, how is it going? All I want to do is win. That's right. I am Coach Michael Wynn, and I want you to know that I am honored to be a part of this summit, the Leaders Live Generously Summit. I am a habit success strategist, financial expert, and authenticity coach. And I want to share with you the power of habits. You see, I went through a transformation that was so amazing in my career, my profession. And I tell my story quite a bit. My story, first of all, is being transparent. It took me a while to be transparent. You see, years ago, I suffered from a bipolar depression disorder, and I was a mess. I didn't follow my doctor's orders. I screamed and yelled. My kids used to call me the Hulk, this green monster that would scream and yell just to ask them to pick up a piece of paper or to do something. But I was out of control, but I didn't see that. So as a man, there's this stigma about mental illness. We hide it. We don't say much about it. We don't take care of ourselves the way we should. But it caught up with me. It caught up with me and it made me a different person, a person that realized something was going on, but I just didn't know how to handle it. Until one day, after even knowing about my disorder, you see, my doctor prescribed me on lithium, Prozac, and then Prozac and Depakote, two medications, maybe like a zombie. I was out of my zone. And I was just getting one of the most interesting, actually the best job I believe I ever had. I was selected as the auditor in charge to regulate the casinos in Detroit. And during that time, I didn't want people to know I was dealing with stuff. But I went through my course of action of acting as if everything was okay until one day I got up and I went to work. And that morning was different for me because I sat there and my heart started to race. I started to sweat. I started to breathe kind of crazy. And soon I passed out. And all I can think about is the people that would see me getting carried out of this casino. I had to think about how I'm going to handle myself as a professional because I enjoy working with people. My story started way back as a little boy. They got a paper route just to find out that I love business. I love finances. My great grandfather had a farm, and we used to go there every year to work on that farm. And he would say, write the plan, work the plan, write the plan, work the plan. I grew up to learn that through my paper route, to working with at a store, finding about how business worked. When I got this first job as an auditor, I was looking forward to advancing my career, which I did, as I just said. So laying there thinking about what happened in the past, how I got to that point, I had plenty of time laying on that floor thinking about what am I going to do next. Of course, between the time on that floor in the hospital, I had to really get myself to thinking. So I went back to my doctor and my therapist. My therapist was a gem. She greeted me with open arms. She got into my head about I can do better, but I want you, she told me, to think about. And she said, what about your habits? You have this habit foundation. It's because you, at that time, she was speaking of, had two financial certifications. I was a licensed builder. She said it had to come with some type of form of habits. So why not try habits? And I thought about it. I thought it was different. But anything she said, I was all for it. I did my research. And I really got into this whole concept of trying to find out what habit was. I learned about the habit loop. Talk about this habit loop: a clue, a routine, and a reward. And some would say it's a little different. It's triggers, behaviors, and rewards. But when I was learning, it was a clue, a routine, and a reward. And then I learned that a habit is a goal to set. And the goals are the results that I want. But this system, there's a system, a process that leads you to the results you want. And that's where I came up with my habit matrix, because I had to think about this system that was going to get me to where I needed to be. Because I was dealing with a whole lot of things. In that whole process of learning, my therapist always challenging me on the things that I'm learning and how. She gave me 3 areas that she really wanted me to focus on. Getting up every day with affirmations. That's meaning that after I pray and meditate, speak into existence of how I felt. I'm capable. I am. I will. And I even said I'm the best thing yet. Just finding a way to motivate myself. The second thing, she wanted me to create this space, this positive space where no negative, nothing negative could come into that area. I needed to read positive things when I was in there. I need to focus on positive. I read this great book by Les Brown, Up Thoughts for Down Times. And I listened to him as he spoke to me that don't let someone else's opinion become your reality. Because I was still dealing with this stigma as a man, stretched out on the floor, and everybody's finding out that he had this mental illness. Is something that I had to deal with, but I had to grow into it. So that was the second thing she told me. But then she also said, challenge your negative thoughts. And I'm like, wow, I want you to challenge your negative thoughts. Every time you have these negative thoughts, I came across a challenge, a big challenge, because as I worked through this, I can find my way to be at work, and I had every negative thought there was. I'm working or regulating a casino. And I can remember sometimes I was still going through this process of my medication, feeling like a zombie at work. And I would go outside or in the parking lot and sit on the curb, and I'll have my affirmation or speaking to myself, wasn't realizing that people would see me here and there as I sat there. I can tell you this story that as I was challenging my negative thoughts, I got up after being in that spot. And then later on in the day, a few hours away in the casino, I just happened to walk behind someone as I was headed to one of my sites. And listen, this person dropped some money. The fact that this person dropped some money, cameras everywhere, she didn't see it. I picked it up, and I'm trying to give this lady some money, a lot of money. And she looked at me and she turned around and she told her friend, wait a minute, that's the guy who talks to himself. It's like taking off, and I'm trying to stop her to give her this money. And finally, when I gave her this money, it was $900. And she said, listen, the man who talks to himself is not that crazy. I thought that was odd, but it had me believe that challenging your negative thoughts, you have to be in that area. So what I did is I worked hard at it. I was put on that medication, which was going to be a long time, but I was able to get off of that medication in 6 years. I did my victory dance, and all I can think about is this quote by Maya Angelou, who said, once the healing takes place, go out and heal someone. So I thought about the position I'm in. I spoke with a lot of men during that part. They wanted to know how I was so transparent. I had to be, right? But I invested my time working with Jumpstart, County Aid Society, to go to the community and talk to them about financial literacy, how to avoid financial stress, because stress leads to the rest. And then show them how habits can work with them. So I had to talk to them about a habit matrix. You see, because the whole ideal here is to emphasize on consistency, accountability, and celebrating progress to achieve purpose and prosperity. I say prosperity because during my bipolar episodes, I had rental property, I was working accounting job, doing taxes, and I also went bankrupt. I bankrupt two jobs because I was in my situation. I didn't feel that I had to do what I was supposed to do. And when I rebound, the purpose here is to learn how to prosperity, but to focus on consistency. This habit matrix that I focus on is one. Focus on small, meaningful actions. And I'll go over those points, but it's transformation, change that comes with consistent, purposeful habits, transformative change. Number two, visualize success. I wrote a book, my first book, Habits Don't Lie, a memoir, and the steps I used to overcome my obstacles. 7 habits to overcome obstacles to win. I talk about visualizing faith, but here, a clear vision fuels energy and direction for you and your team. You giving focus to where you want to be. I wanted to be out of this situation. I wanted to step in my greatness, but I could not allow this bipolar depression disorder stop me. So I didn't visualize that. Number 3, track progress. Tracking progress creates self-awareness and accountability. In my book, I speak about repeat. Think, repeat. Repeat those things that work for you. And that goes by tracking your progress and creating awareness. And the biggest joy is number 4 is celebrate wins. Recognizing progress fuels motivation to build confidence. Celebrate the tiny breakthroughs and the small wins every opportunity that you get. Simple habit matrix. This matrix work for any area that you want to focus on. But it comes with understanding. So the first part of this matrix, what I talk about, focus on small, meaningful action, is journaling your thoughts and your intentions of self-awareness. What are you thinking about? It's so easy to just let it go by, but you have to write it down. You have to meditate and foster clarity for your emotional balance. Meditate on the things that you want, those things that you move into. And abundance thinking replaces limited beliefs, and it empowers you. Abundance comes in every form as you gather. It's not just the monetary part of it, the abundance of relationship and love and all those things that come with it. And in these meaningful actions, you have to build financial literacy. I say save in surplus and security. I used to be the Superman when I give these presentations for my financial literacy. That's another topic, but I believe the save in surplus and security comes with daily habits, like adopting habits of saving consistently and learning about investments. Budgeting by creating a budget that aligns you with your goals, and tracking income and expenses to create financial stability. Financial stability comes before financial freedom, because if we can't be stable, we can't be free, right? And then health and wealth. You got to have good health if you want to continue to enjoy the wealth. So you have to enhance your energy by your physical well-being, self-care, exercising, moving. The mantra here is to align your habits with your dreams for maximum impact. Number 2 is I talk about visualizing success, visualizing faith. This picture is thriving on your health and your relationships, in your careers, and your finances. You see yourself out there. You close your eyes and imagine how it feels to achieve your goals. joy and fulfillment. Write down your vision that makes you, it makes you more tangible and actionable. When you see it, we have the visionary cards and how we do it. And we move towards that. The mantra here is a clear vision. The stronger your motivation, it will make it real. Every time you get up and you motivate yourself, I went through some stuff, y'all. I had to talk to myself every day. Just as the lady said, I don't want to be around that man that talks to himself. People would think that because I was so motivated that I have to push myself forward. Track your progress. Accountability is the bridge between intentional and achievement. So this is why you write stuff down. Habits don't lie. Every habit, every step that you take. Remember that habit loop? The clue, the routine, and the reward. Yeah, a lot of them say a habit 20 days, a habit 60 days, or whatever. It's when you put that process together, when you start doing something that you can do over and over again to achieve that reward. Your actions show where your energy and focus is truly going. Regularly document your habits, review your progress weekly, and make those adjustments where they need it. Use tools like habit trackers, or even as simple as writing stuff down in a notebook. The mantra is write down your actions, review your progress, and adjust as needed. And in detail, this last one, 4, is celebrate your wins. Celebrating milestones keep you motivated even during challenges. You celebrate, acknowledge the small wins, complete a workout, take a day and understand I'm not going to overspend. I'm going to stay calm and stressful. Calm and stressful. We talk about that all the time is because we're in situations where we react. Just take a moment and celebrating how you feel about yourself. Reward yourself in ways that align you with your goals. Like treat yourself. A relaxing break or journaling about your success. You'll be surprised to go back a year and look in your journal and see what you did and see where you are today. That's habit formation. That's the habit matrix that is working. Those principles, achieving your goals. Use gratitude to honor your growth and the effort it took for you to achieve your wins. When you're celebrating, you think about it. I'm so grateful. You share that gratification with someone that's near and dear with you. Because it happens. You have to follow and be strong in what you do. And what you do makes a difference. When you step away from something. Now, celebrate the wins don't mean that you won't have downfalls or you won't have setbacks. Because every habit master milestone towards the life you deserve. But let me tell you, as I'm celebrating through my journey, after I claimed my victory, I was still seeing therapists and I was still figuring it out because I was involved with not just helping people understand how habit formation works, but I was still working as a financial or fiscal monitor. And I had a lot of things going. I lost 3 family members like a year apart each year. My mother was sick. And for 15 days, they didn't know what was going wrong. And near the middle, they said she only had 15 days to live. And she passed away. She wasn't that old. She was in her 60s. A year later, my oldest brother had a malpractice situation at the hospital. after surgery and passed away. And I'm still going through how to process this. And I had a sister who was close to him who committed suicide a year after. But I found that my habit matrix and what I had to do to move away from stress and grief would take me time to understand the situation I'm in, but it also showed me the application of habit formation, the mindset that I had to have, the mindset that I had to prepare for myself, allow me to get through that. So, in conclusion of the habit, the power of habits, my situation, you have to cultivate your purpose. Because my purpose was clear that I wanted everything to work out where I target that success and I go clear into being better so that I can help more people. And prosperity with consistent mindset of transforming your efforts into enduring success. I had to rebound and still be able to leave a legacy or create my legacy, my generational wealth. Those missteps that I took, I rebuilt. I had to take time to find a clear purpose that was going to fuel my motivation so I could be consistent. Every single day, I have to get up, exercise, pray, meditate, speak my affirmations into existence because believe that your opportunities are abundant and available to you. I experienced that. Trust in the journey and stay committed, even during setbacks. I experienced that. My final thought here. By following a habit matrix, you're not just creating habits, you're building a life of purpose and prosperity. Every step you take forward brings you closer to success. So stay consistent, track your progress, and never underestimate the power of small habits compounded over time. Preparation is the key here. One of my favorite quotes, or two quotes, talked to you about Maya Angelou. She said, once the healing takes place, go out and heal somebody. That promoted me to do more and more from a financial literacy program to make sure people know what they need to do. And then preparation. That's Brown always talk about opportunity. It's better to be prepared and not have an opportunity than not be prepared and have an opportunity. So in all of this alleviates stress. So I had to be. Guess what? You can contact me. This is my information. It was just a pleasure to talk to you about this information. And I can be reached at coachwynn.com. Actually, you can reach me at michaelwynn.com. It's my phone number and information. And I want to thank you for spending the time with me. I have a free gift for you if you go to my site, coachwynn.com/shop. I have an ebook, other opportunities to get a free book and information. And I look forward to connecting with you in the future because this was a great summit and I'm glad that I was part of it. And I want you to enjoy your day. And remember, your habits will determine your level of success. This is Coach Mike Wynn from Detroit. See you later.